All right, guys. So welcome to our Thursday night Team Passion team call. So I want to put this out there here in case you guys missed it. A bunch of us, I think all of us on here, are in a 4-week boot camp, a personal development boot camp with Chris Downing. And Candace Rinaldi put it together. And it's like $200 for 20 people. So we all only pay like $5 per person. And I think she has a couple groups of 20 going on right now. And so we just Venmo her $5 and we've been in this boot camp. He opened it again and she's putting together more groups. I keep bumping up the post because I do highly recommend it. He's doing Shift Shop too, like for people who want to do Shift Shop, but him and his assistant are like, you don't have to do my workout programs. This is more like a personal development boot camp. So you don't have, like, I've been doing Shift Shop because we're in the middle of not like 10 round starts Monday. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do Shift Shop then. Cause I didn't really know what I was going to do anyway. So he does live workouts on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The Wednesday workout is a Shift Shop workout, but you don't have to do it. And then the Saturday workout is 20 minutes of him killing us slowly. It's if you've ever worked out with him live at an event, a Super Saturday or Summit at the Super Workout, he likes to break you down mentally to push yourself and see what you can do. So it's 50 push-ups, then 50 burpees, then 50 squats, and then 40 push-ups, 40 burpees, 40 squats, 30, but and then he goes down and then you climb back up and like it's insane. We're all crying and ready to pass out, but we just modify, we just do our best. But he talks you through the whole thing. Like he's like, okay, you can do this. Last week it was definitely more than 20 minutes. And Dawn and I did the 10 round sample beforehand and then went and did that. So we were crazy town. But we kind of both were like, okay, I'll do it if you do it. And so then I was like, crap. so we both did that. So and then he does Sunday night calls and Tuesday calls that are like Zoom calls, and they're all personal development. So there's still time to join us. Candace is putting together another group, but it's a big, and if you can't listen to the live calls, they're recorded. And it's a big personal development boot camp, and it's 4 weeks, and we're still in ours. So I think the next one starts the last Monday in March. But it's just great. And it's been really cool because recently one of the days that he did a call, a couple hours beforehand, he got a call from corporate saying he was not going to be invited to Summit this year. And so he talked us through that on the call, which was pretty cool. Like he talked us through like so it was like a devastating blow to him emotionally and to his pride. And his first reaction was like, Beachbody, right? Like he was like, I'm done then. You don't want me, blah, blah, blah. But then he's like, well, that's silly. That's not how, I don't teach you that. Why would I act like that? But as humans, that's our first reaction. And so he said, then I was like, okay. But all of these people here are counting on me and are still with me and are still want to find value in what I do. And I'm bigger than Shift Shop. I'm meant to do more, and so he talked us through that, which was just so cool because in almost 10 years in this business, the blows that I have been hit with personally, team-wise, like has just been like, oh, some days you're like, I've never honestly, and I can honestly say this, and I know not many coaches can say this, and it's okay if you have thought this on multiple occasions. I'm just telling you, I never have. I've never said, screw it, I'm going to quit over any of it. I just love this big picture way too much to let emotions get in the way. And Mark will always remind me, there's a reason why there aren't a lot of successful women in the Beachbody world, because you let your emotions get in the way. you know, and you know, it's hard. Like it's hard to not let our emotions get in the way. It's hard when you know, you invest a lot of time in coaches and all of a sudden, you know, you thought they were your top coaches and they're like gone and you're like, what happened? What'd I do? And then they don't answer you and then you're like, what, seriously? Like I just spent 5 years building a relationship with you. You're one of my top leaders and we're our relationship is over. Like, oh, that's, you know? And so there's just been so much of that. And then I often question, what have I done wrong? And oh my gosh. And then I'm like, okay, it's not, we teach, luckily I do personal development every single day. So I know that it's not me, it's them, and it's all good. And then I'm reminded again, getting on these calls with you guys on Sundays and Thursdays that, okay, we've just got this new tribe here and that's okay. So please don't ever leave me. No. I don't know if I can take it. So the reason why I introed with all of that is because I'm going to take a page out of his book on the call we just did and take it over to tonight's call. We can, every week we can sit on here and we can train about how to build Facebook, how to invite people, how to, you know, how to make social media posts, you know, we can do all of that, but you know how to do that, right? There's a ton of trainings out there. There's the Beachbody Champions page. There's this entire YouTube channel. I've trained on every topic in the past 10 years over and over. Like you could, and it actually, you should probably scroll down to some earlier videos. You'd probably laugh at, at what it would look like. But, you know, so we've got to work on ourselves, right? That's our priority. We've got to work on ourselves personally. We've got to work on ourselves emotionally. We've got to grow into the coach, into the person, into the leader that we want to be. Because if we want the next 5 years to look drastically different than the last 5 years, we can't be the same person. And you can think about that with your health and fitness routine, right? Like me, it took me, you know, from the time I was 20 till I was 34, I tried everything. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried the gym. I tried everything. And it would work for a little bit, but then I was got like, this is the longest I've ever stuck with anything long term. And so I had to become different in order to stick to something, you know. There are people who stick to the gym, you know, so when we're talking to our challengers, they have to change their mindset. And speaking of that, I mentioned this, I think on Sunday's call, I want to do an April book club with our big team challenge group and do the obesity code. So I do have to post about that. Because we want to teach our challengers about personal development too. I was doing journal prompts in that group, like, because every time I personally talk to somebody, one of my challengers or coaches that are discount, not really working the business, they're like, I fell off, but I'm coming back, you know. And it's like, okay, how do we get you to complete program after program back to back like we do? And it all starts with the personal growth and the journey that we're on. So we've got to build our confidence. We've got to have the personal development on, like, that has to be a priority every single day. You can't skip it. You've got to have your Shakeology every single day. You can't skip it. And you've got to do your workout however many days a week your calendar allows. Like that, those 3 things are a must. The performance line, yes. The new ultimate portion fix and 2B mindset, yes. All of that, and those are all great, and I use all those every day, but those are the 3 things. Like personal development, your workout, and Shakeology are just a must every single day, because that's the personal work that you will be doing to become who you need to become to have the success that you desire. And whatever that success looks like, it doesn't have to be a 5-star diamond full-time coach, right? It can simply be, you know, I'd really, $500 a week would be great for my family, or $300 a week would be great for my family. It doesn't matter what my rank is. It doesn't matter. That's just what I want. Of course, $300 to $500 a week is gonna come with rank advancements, because that's $300 to $500 a week in retail is a lot of challenge packs. So building a team of people that are also going to sell challenge packs is the key. And it doesn't have to be a big team. It can just be quantity, right? Quality over quantity, right? We want to make sure we have quality people. If you have 2 emeralds on each leg working with you, and you're signing up discount coaches for the rest, and then your 2 emeralds are signing up discount coaches, and their people are signing up coaches, and their people are signing up obviously they're not discount coaches anymore, but that's all you need. You just need like a bunch of emeralds going on for a bit, and your business will definitely grow, and you'll obviously be a diamond in that sense, so that you can cap out on that compensation plan at $18 per cycle. So tonight, we've done this before. There's actually a whole training on this, like an hour long, where I took Chalene Johnson's training on this topic, and I did a team call in it, and I asked a ton of prompting questions. I think the video, it's probably 3 to 4 years old, and I think it's entitled something like Creating Your Avatar. I'll look for it after this and kind of put it under this post too, because I do go into a lot of detail. But tonight I want us to take some time and actually do the work here. So Chris had us just write down our ideal client or your avatar. Who, I have a picture of an ideal client, right? A mom like me, married, incredible work ethic, won't make excuses, will do what it takes, will do the work outlined, just kind of all of that. I'm going to go more into detail of that. However, Tony Furtado is my most successful coach, and I found him 4 months into the business. So you have to know, the rest of the team is made up of moms, but you have to know that your avatar is telling the universe who you're looking for, and it'll attract. But there could be other people that come into your business. So it's not like I only want moms. You still want to be kind of open to everybody. But honing in on exactly who this person is. And when you think about things like, what kind of job do they have? Did they go to college? What kind of car do they drive? What kind of house do they live in? I'm not talking, a Jaguar and a 5,000 square foot house. I don't mean big flashy stuff. I mean, like, is their home clean? Is it organized? Is their car organized? Do they have, do they have fast food wrappers all over their car? Whatever. Is their car have Cheetos everywhere from their children? Whoever your avatar is going to be more like you. So I don't mean that when I say what kind of car do they drive, what do they look like, I just mean for you to think of, I don't mean material wise, I just mean like, what is it? Do they drive a minivan versus an SUV versus a car? Like just getting into such detail on who this person is, will start attracting that person to you. Does this person have a desire to be a stay-at-home mom? Does this person want more freedom of time? Do they want to take more vacations with their family? Do they want to make enough money in their side hustle to pay the mortgage so that the spouse's check covers everything else? Or, so just kind of getting into real detail, and writing who this person is, writing where they live, like, again, not your exact town, but do they live in the Northeast? Do they live in the Southwest? Where are they? For me, it's gonna for sure be a low maintenance mom. This is what you get. I wish I enjoyed makeup, but I don't. Never have. But that's okay, you know? And so, but if you love makeup and you enjoy that part of your, you know what, that's what defines me as a mom. Like, I love that I get to put makeup on every day. It makes me feel whole. Like, whatever that is for you, just talk about it. So yeah, so let's take a couple minutes. Is that enough? Is that enough examples and content to give you to get, okay. So let's just take a couple minutes and just do that. Like, fill up an entire page. Like, just keep writing. My gosh, I can't stop writing. I think it's this energized. I'm usually not this creative at night. All right, how are we doing? That was 8 minutes. All right. Are we good? Do you need a couple minutes? Are you good? Felt good to kind of really get that all out. One of the things that I wrote down, besides like all the highly detailed, is something that a mentor shared with us, that either that yourself should have to be an entrepreneur, be a CEO. You know, it's hard. We have to force ourselves to do the work every day. And there's days that we don't want to. Like tonight, Jessica shared in the team page, like it's hard when there's freaking health crisis is going on and you're like, bye for me. You know, you don't want to be like, if you were drinking Shakeology, you wouldn't be so worried. You know, you don't want to be like, you don't want to be a jerk, right? But you also want to know that the solution is there. So you just have to be a little creative on sharing in this time, like you normally would share. Like just be who you are anyway on social media, so that when people are scrolling, they're like, oh, wait, someone's not talking about the coronavirus. Let me see, you know, just be that light for other people. I think I saw a meme tonight and I'm like, oh my God, this is so true. So I totally stay away from politics and religion on my social media at all costs, and I think we can add this to the list. Like, let's not, but the meme was like, things to not talk about on social media: politics, religion, money, and coronavirus. Right? Because it's just going to cause some heated debates. And you know, and I think like most of us, we weren't, like most of us are like, well, I'm not worried about getting the virus and dying from it because we're all very healthy. But you know, the bigger picture is ERs, hospitals, doctors are going to run out of supplies. They're going to run out of room if we don't, you know, the reason why this is like all this preemptive stuff is happening is so that people can still go to the ER and get treated for if they get in a car accident or something. Like doctors and nurses still need to be able to take care of the everyday crowded ERs. And if we start adding this into it, they're not going to have time for those patients. And you know, China got kind of ahead of it and cut the travel and everything, and Italy did not. And Italy's like in a big disaster, you know. So I think, so you like it, but you don't, you know. So some opinions are like, gosh, everybody's overreacting, and some are like, what do you want them to do? Like it's a crisis, it's a, you know. So there's so many opinions. But one of the things I put in here is that the person has DNA. which is determined natural ambition, right? And so if you think about that in yourself, there's definitely things that I need to push myself to do every day. I need to make sure right now I'm doing 15 connections every single day, no matter what, whether that's an invite, a share, a conversation, a happy birthday, anything. But I'm personally touching 15 lives in messaging somehow. But I have determined natural ambition to do my workout every day, drink my shake every day, do my personal development every day, go in the team pages, support you guys, comment on all your, like there's things that I just do that I don't need to be told what to do. And that's how it's been for 10 years. I work my business every single day, no matter what. And I don't need to be told that I need to do that, right? It just is, it's like brushing my teeth, taking a shower. It's just what I do, right? And so having that determined natural ambition is another way of saying having like a great work ethic to be a CEO and make ourselves do the hard work. And someone who's I always had a desire to help people, but I didn't know what that looked like. I just kept going to teacher my whole life. Oh, maybe I want to be a teacher when I grow up, because it was like, I just have a desire to help people. But I knew I didn't want to like become a doctor or nurse because that was too much schooling. I suck really bad at science. I have a super weak stomach, like all reasons to not go into the medical field. But I always just had this desire to help people. And I did go to school for psychology, and I worked with kids with behavioral problems. I worked in a setting of homes, and then I also worked in a school setting. And then I got kicked in a restraint. My sacrum popped out of place. I had to go to physical therapy. I had to press charges on a child and never went back. So it's like but I always had that desire. How can I make a difference? How can I help people? And so having that. And then the third big thing that I wrote about on here is someone who wants to be the end all, like change I don't know how to say it because it's late. Maybe you guys can come up with some words for me, but how to change the legacy of my family, meaning my grandparents struggled financially, my mom struggled financially. Like, how do I want Mark and I to teach Ella and Samantha that you don't have to struggle financially. Like there's a better way. There's a different way. There's a way that you can learn and teach them how to, save money. And I was like, what is that, Rebecca? It's your dog. I was like, what is that? I thought you had like a G.I. Joe doll. Oh, cutie. Still a big puppy. Looks a little like my doggy, my Sandy, my older one. So those were kind of the big three things. And then I wrote kind of at the end, she's waiting for me. She's a goal setter. She's a dream builder. And I'm going to find 5 of her this year. So we're always looking for 5 star diamonds, so to speak, in the Beachbody world, but 5 like rock star coaches on our team at a time. And we always want to find 5 new, because I had 25 at one point who all were like, I want to be a 2-star diamond or above. So we're always looking for the next 5, but you really only need 5. So 5 stars, honestly, is what it comes down to build a big business. But cool. That felt good. Does anyone want to share any big things that they wrote about? You can type it or unmute. I should probably stop drinking this Energize at 8:30.
You're gonna be wired. You're not gonna be able to sleep. So I had a whole bunch of kind of probably like typical ones, but I think the biggest one for me, someone who would be like my ideal client or partner in the business, would be someone who wants to set an example for kids and our next generation for what living healthy should be. Feel like kind of a lot of us in our generations like have grown up with a lot of the processed junk, and I feel like it's our job now to teach our kids and the next generations that there's a better way. And I feel like that's a big part of what draws me to coaching, is to teach other moms how to be a better example for their kids. And I really hope to find other moms that want to do that with me. I feel like that's the only way we're going to get out of the crisis that
Yep.
our country is in.
Yep.
So yeah, that was my big one.
Good one. Rebecca shared that she found a new way of describing herself. Yeah. You also can think about, if you're like stumped at some points, think about who on this team or who in the Beachbody community you're drawn to, and write down a lot of their characteristics and their, that was something big for me. Christine Dwyer, Hillary Kelly, she has a different name now, and Mindy Wender were like 3 moms in this business that I looked up to in the beginning. Was like, and actually my first Super Saturday video that I was in, it was with Hillary Kelly too. And so we met like at the corporate home office and got to hang out together for the day. And so it was just cool to do that. But it was like, those were the top 3 like mom coaches that I looked for, and was always looking for their characteristics too. Figures out stuff themselves. Yeah. FAQ it. Loves to learn. Tired of making excuses. Determined to be there for the kids. Their health depends on it. Wants to have a purpose. Faithful. Looks to gain confidence. Looks to belong to something important and make a difference. Yeah. I did write the same with gaining confidence and squashing the self-doubt. That's a big thing for me. I have self-worth issues, and it mainly comes from my stepdad treating my mom, myself, and my sister so poorly, yet my mom kept choosing him over us. So like that came out in therapy, that was I worthy? Why wasn't I worthy enough to have her leave him to stop the verbal abuse? Like, so that's like a big thing. I'm like constantly still in my personal development work. Am I worthy of this success? Am I worthy of everything that I have here? And so I know self-worth and self-doubt is a big thing that a lot of us come through, and it's for different reasons. But I did that EMDR therapy years ago, and that's exactly what came out. And it was hell going through the therapy. I was like, oh God, I'm so drained, like every session. But that's what came out. Like there was always this decision. Like my mom had to make a decision all the time, and then I had to make a decision all the time. Like, should I go be a kid, or should I go take care of my mom, because she was just verbally abused so poorly that she's in her room crying, yet my friends just asked me to come out to play. So there was always this internal struggle for me too. And so it was like, I was like 9. I was like, I gotta go take care of my mom and my sister, and and my brother was an infant. And so yeah, so just helping someone come out, like helping that self-confidence building a business, and building, working on themselves to kind of say, yes, I am worth it. Yes, I am worthy. And that's the piece of my story that I don't talk about on social media, even though it would be so powerful, because my mom and my stepdad are all, and my sister and my brother are all on my social media. So it's like, and all of their friends and all of the family. And so it's such a hard, it's hard. Because she's still with him. It's crazy. But I'm stronger for it. I had to go through that to be who I am today.
So
Yeah.
I put that one of the things that I want is someone that doesn't have to be convinced to take care of themselves. You know, I get so tired of that. I don't have time to eat right. I don't have time to exercise. Well, I'm every bit as busy as you are. And I see that you're posting, you watched a TV show on Netflix. Maybe that could have been your workout time, you know, or you binge watched it. I mean, I watch TV too. I mean, you know, you guys know I talk about Survivor and Bachelor Nation, but it's like, why would you like say that you can't exercise and eat? Who doesn't have time to eat right? It's common sense, you know?
Right.
I'm like, that just floors me, and I'm kind of tired of dealing with that one. So I really want someone that I don't have to convince to eat right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
I also said they have to be a dog lover, but that's just me.
That's a good one.
You gotta love dogs, so I can get along with them.
Do you like cats, Kelly?
I do. I don't have one, but it's only because, well, we have an outside one that showed up a couple years ago that we just started feeding. I mean, we started feeding it like 2 years ago, but Sky likes this cat a little too much. I'm afraid we would be like a snack. So we don't bring Kitty inside.
No.
But no, I do like cats, but I prefer dogs. So
I'm not a cat fan. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know if you're gonna get this cute, loving, amazing kitty or a psycho. I'm like, whew.
Yeah, I used to go down to my mom's house when her cats were alive because I could get my fill of the cat fed and then just be done with my need for a cat.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I had to clean the litter box for it, I was like, yeah, no, I don't like that.
No. I know, it's so gross. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. So we all have a struggle that it's not comfortable to talk about on social media. And it sucks because our personal development mentors tell us that's exactly what we should be talking about. That's exactly the piece of the story we should be sharing. But it's okay, we can share it here. We can share it here in this safe environment. Yeah. Cool. Christina, are you trying to talk?
Can you hear me now?
Yep, now you're there.
Okay. My little piece of the story that I never share on social media either is, for example, when a woman, grown-up woman like I was when I moved to America, I had already my profession working in Philly for several years before I came here. And I came to a different world where I had to start proving myself since day one. Started learning how to speak the language, first of all, being afraid for a long time to go out, just not to have any connection with people because I was afraid to make mistakes. So I remember being in my house for 2 months, probably 3 months, and I didn't want to go out because I didn't want to have any connection. I didn't want to have the opportunity to talk to anyone because I was afraid of expressing myself or misunderstanding anything. I remember my first super hard experience was when I applied for my first job in America, in Bethesda. Not as a nurse yet, because I didn't have my license here yet. I didn't have enough English anyways. And I passed all the paperwork, all the questionnaires, because I was able to read, but I was not able to speak. So I got to the office with the doctor who interviewed me, and then he asked me a few questions, and I was ready to, introduce myself and express some of my feelings. But as soon as he started asking questions related to my profession, I was blank. I didn't know how to express myself. Nothing is worse than that in the world. So from that moment on, for years, I had to prove myself every single step of the way that I was able to learn. And that day I went home, I remember saying, I will never, never go through this again. So that day, I decided to start studying again. And I said, if I prove to my family that I was able to be a nurse one day, I will be able to do it here again in another language. So from that day on, I concentrated all my attention taking care of people, forgetting about taking care of myself. I was so much into taking care of others and learning how to do it the best that I forgot to take care of myself. I don't want the person who would be my best customer or my best coach under me, I don't want them to go through that.
Love it. And look at how far you've come. You're like, it's crazy. And I love listening to your accent. It's special. It gives you, it's you. It's who you are. It gives you that. And your posts lately, and these tears are the ultimate reset, by the way. Just so you know, this is what happens. Yes. When you're doing the ultimate reset, you detox everything and all the tears come out. And you just, like, your posts and stuff, like, we all look up to you to know that we're going to still be working out at your age, and that you're young at heart, and you don't even look.
I don't look that old.
No, you don't.
What happened is, I think Beachbody and Shakeology and everything what we do as a team is helping me so much that I discover another person inside me. But probably I was there for years. Maybe I was there 20, 30 years ago, but I never developed that, capacity of moving myself like this and taking care of myself like in this so deeply, I would say.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, so Christina and I talk on Thursdays. We do a one-on-one call every Thursday, and every week she says how grateful she is for all of you and how much she loves this team right now and the energy and these calls and what they do for her. And so this community, I know it's this small intimate group that we are all together on these calls each week, and the page and in Summit last year, we got all to hang out last year, and that was so great. I got the biggest, longest hug from her. And
you're all truly my family, because you know that I don't have anybody else here. So everybody became my family. Honestly, at work, I have medical workers. None of them are my friends. None of them has access to listen to me talking like this. I never remember crying in front of them. We talk about other stuff and the patients. I see hundreds of people every week. I talk to them, my coworkers and everything. But honestly, none of them is my close friends, and you are my family.
Yeah, this is what's so cool about this, like, because it's such a tight-knit community, and we all, and I think a lot of it has to do with the personal changes that we go through physically and emotionally. Like, not the average person doesn't read personal development every single day, right? The average person doesn't complete fitness programs back to back all the time, like, right? It's just these things that we do for ourselves allow us to be who we are and to care deeply for each other. And you know, when people go missing on social media, oh my gosh, is everything okay? You know, I get messages all the time. I haven't seen so-and-so post. Do you know if they're okay? And, you know, and so, yeah, it is a family. Thank you for sharing. Awesome. Anybody else have anything that kind of came out? This is kind of the avenue. This is kind of how I want these calls to go from now on. I'll always make sure we're doing some sort of personal development, because I think, like I said, you know how to do all the other stuff. There's tons of trainings out there on how to do the other stuff. And people are gonna, Chris said the other night on the call, like, why am I gonna buy your Shakeology versus, you know, Rebecca's Shakeology? Like, why is your Shakeology different? I just want to pull up one of my notes from where that came from. And the answer that came out of that was, because my story helps your story. And so so your Shakeology tastes better because of your story, versus them, you know, someone just buying it from somebody else, which is why our story is so important to continue to share. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Did that feel good to take that good, like 8 to 10 minutes on really getting that out? Okay, awesome. So now as you do your social media posts, you're talking to this person. So you don't have to, that was like something that I always had to be like, what? Like, you're not trying to impress everyone in your social media. People are going to unfriend you. They're going to block you. They're going to unlike you. They're going to unfollow you. They're going to make weird comments. Like, like, you're not talking to them. You don't want them on your team. They're not who you're talking to. You're talking to this person who is intently listening, who comes to your page every day to see what you're posting about, who can't wait for that morning post of you and your selfie, just sharing your heart. Whatever that is, they're watching, and your avatar is watching, and they're waiting for you, and they're waiting for you to actually private message them too. Even if it's just are your kids gonna get out of school because of this coronavirus? Like, whatever you can do to just, you know, reach out to people, because it always turns into, oh, by the way, I saw your post about your next challenge group. Tell me more. Like, it almost always leads to them asking you, by you just asking about their life. So yeah. Or you invite them and they're like, gosh, I've been waiting for that. I was afraid to message you. So cool. All right. I'm glad that was helpful. So if you want to do the Chris thing, like I said, she's getting it down to be like $5 each. Just message Candace or post on that post under there. I think I tagged you tonight, Jessica, just to kind of take a look at it, because I think everybody else is in there. Just because it's a good personal development boot camp and super helpful. So, all right. Your puppy's like, why aren't we in bed yet? What is happening? All right, everybody. Awesome. All right. Good night. Thank you for always being here and making me smile, and love you, and good night.